Hiya! Today we are going to be changing the drive belt on my bread maker. This is the Panasonic SD-256, although quite honestly a lot of them have a lot in common. The bread was not stirring properly. I stripped it already and found that the belt was coated in oil. My fault. And with the result that the paddle was not turning well. So I've stripped it, I've cleaned it, but I'm going to replace the belt anyway because it's like 20 years old. Now, but the first thing I should absolutely mention is these 4 screws here, under no circumstances are you to undo those without an extremely good reason, because in my case the bread bin does not any longer go back properly and does not stir properly, and you really don't want to be unsettling this component. So on with the rest of the show, as they say. So the order of service: there are 5 screws here, and then there are 4 feet which have their own screws, and there is also the power connector here, which is relatively easy to undo. So they use, for some reason, a Phillips head. Would have thought this would be Japan screw, but no. So Phillips it is. The reason the belt's become full of oil is because I tend to leave oil in the bottom of the pan overnight so that it can bake in the morning. And in this case, I think I left it for 2 or 3 days. It's found its way past the seal and then coated everything below it in oil. Did it no favours whatsoever. The other reason for the drive motor appearing to go slowly is because the capacitors can fail. They are a standard part you can get anywhere, that's not a problem. You just have to know where to find it. And as ever, eBay is your friend. So I'm going to put all these together because they are the bottom screws. Always keep the screws separate. These are self-tapping screws, I believe. Certainly a coarse thread for digging into the plastic. Yeah, that's a self-tapper, definite. That one, yes, you can hopefully see the self-tapping component there at the end. Now, this bit, this section here is quite hard to demount whilst it's still attached to the rest of it. There is a few clips. There are a few clips at the front. Yeah, and you've got to be careful because there is a ribbon you do not want to tear. Just push and twist. Oh, shit. Right, okay, well, there you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. However, in this case, I will have likely got away with it because there is a plastic clip originally over the top, which I've deliberately removed just to make the job easier. Now, when I mentioned the capacitors, they live at this end of the master circuit board. But yeah, that's definitely worth cutting if you can get this out safely. The other option is to just strip the rest of the device and do this last. But then you end up with it sort of dangling in there. It's better to just remove those clips, pull the cable, and then that's safe. Right, this is the fun bit. What you need to do is you dismantle that section, twist the power cable through. There we are. Bring it round so it can feed. And here we have the internals. Of course, being a UK plug, this is quite hard to get through this socket through its hole. There we are. Right, so the bin can go away. And then we're left with the actual device. There we are. And you can see the belt there. So that's my new belt. A bit more on the motor pulley as well, because why not? Do you know, I minded to give that a good brushing. It's got a few bits of old rubber in it. No point putting a new drive belt on if it's not properly clean. It won't run properly. Setting out a grot on the tissue, which is good because that means it's no longer on the pulley. There we are. That at least is now done. Right, what I can say as best I can tell is that the oil has polymerized in the heat, with the result that the bin there is completely smothered in goo that will not come off. This is proving difficult. There we go. Sometimes the old tricks are the good ones. Right, so there's no way I'm getting all that a lot off. It's just sticky and glue-like. I think it's just polymerized. That's it. It's there forever. Don't worry about it. Nobody will see it. So, pull that back out gently. There we are. Ah, of course. Helps if you get it the right way around. There we are. Now this is the difficult bit. Sometimes when you put these together you must ensure that those seams sit properly, because if they don't, good luck getting the front plate on. Not going to happen. So let's put the feet on, because then I can stand the thing up whilst I do the top screws. Right. Now the other reason I took the bridge off is because, quite honestly, it's so much easier to get the ribbon back in again without the bridge in place. There, that's it. That's all you need. So much simpler. I feel like I'm putting lipstick on a pig, but gives a bit of a blush. There we are. So you've got the 3 clips there, 4 clips in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to bear those in mind as you reassemble. Yeah. There. Nice. Here we go. There's my 5 screws. Just check your bin first. Perfect. No point reassembling it until I know it's fine. And 5 screws at the top again, 1 at the back, 1 in each corner. Right, with any luck this will start. Let's give it a whirl. Good news, the display runs. I haven't broken it.